Mansa Musa is famous for one thing: being called the richest man in history. But that label tells us almost nothing. His fortune wasn't luck, wasn't personality, and wasn't even simple generosity. It was the result of a system, a tightly controlled economic machine, so powerful that when he merely passed through Cairo on his way to Mecca, the price of gold collapsed for over a decade. To really understand Mansa Musa, we have to look beyond the man and examine the structure that made his power impossible to ignore. By the early 14th century, West Africa was already deeply connected to global trade. The Mali Empire sat in a perfect strategic position, right between the gold-producing regions of the south and the trans-Saharan trade routes heading north. Gold moved north. Salt, textiles, books, and religious authority moved south. Picture caravans stretching for miles across the endless Sahara, camels loaded with gold dust heading north, returning laden with salt bars, fine cloth, and precious manuscripts from the Islamic world. Mali didn't just sit along these routes, it controlled access to them. This control existed long before Musa. What he inherited was not raw wealth, but a fully functioning economic system. Mali's power rested on regulation. Gold nuggets were claimed by the state. Only dust was allowed for private traders. Trade caravans were taxed at every entry and exit point. Markets were monitored. Movement required approval. Wealth flowed upward in predictable ways. Musa didn't need to search for gold. He ruled the institutions that governed it. And those institutions gave him something even more valuable than money: recognition. In 1324, Mansa Musa set out on his famous pilgrimage to Mecca. This was no ordinary journey. A caravan of up to 60,000 people, thousands of camels, hundreds of attendants each carrying golden staffs, slaves distributing handfuls of gold like it was nothing. Everywhere the procession stopped, its presence changed local conditions. Musa distributed gold publicly. Officials recorded it. Merchants adjusted prices. Markets responded. In Cairo especially, he gave away so much that the gold market didn't recover for years. This was not recklessness. It was a demonstration of scale, proof that a single state's wealth was large enough to disrupt entire regional economies simply by entering them. For outside observers, this was the first clear signal that Mali was not just wealthy, but structurally powerful. The pilgrimage didn't just showcase Mali's wealth, it made the entire outside world suddenly aware of how dominant that wealth had become. But visibility is not the same as immortality. Yet no system is permanent. Mali's power depended on stable routes, loyal elites, and continued control over production zones. Maintaining that balance required constant oversight. After Musa's reign, pressure mounted. Trade routes shifted. Political authority weakened. Rival powers, like the rising Songhai, began to compete. The system that once concentrated wealth began to fragment. This does not diminish Musa's reign. It reveals its dependence on coordination rather than permanence. Much of what we know about Mansa Musa comes from those who saw his empire from the outside. Arab chroniclers described the spectacle they witnessed. European mapmakers later illustrated Mali as a land of gold, most famously in the 1375 Catalan Atlas, where Musa is shown enthroned, holding a massive piece of gold. These accounts shaped his reputation for centuries. But they focused on spectacle, not administration. They recorded impact, not structure. Over time, the system itself disappeared from memory, while the image of the Golden King remained. Mansa Musa was not powerful because he was rich. He was rich because he governed a system that controlled resources, trade, and legitimacy. His story is not about excess. It is about organization, and how power becomes visible when it's structured well enough that the world has no choice but to notice. So the next time you hear, the richest man in history, remember, behind every legend is a system, and even the greatest systems can be fragile.